Hey,
Hello, Mina
Mina.
dear.
We saw you were here, so we decided to start a couple of minutes early. I'm
We
trying
were
to,
just we were just chatting. We were being,
yeah, yeah,
chat, chat, chat. Hmm.
chat, chat, chat.
She says she got here early. Ha ha.
Yeah, I've got to, I'm going to go ahead and just cut off these little crookedy ends.
Oh yeah, I hate those crookedy ends. They
Then
just
I know
irritate me.
exactly how much space I have to work with.
Yeah. Um, Jeff is still dealing with the ongoing saga of what his father did to the motorhome. So,
Oh, dear.
well, as we expected, they got there the other day and the guy wouldn't tow it. Jeffrey's been talking to him for 2 weeks because he had an appointment to have it worked on somewhere else, so he had to get a tow truck, right?
Hi, Barbara. Hi,
Well,
Kathy.
he's been talking to him and talking to him and talking to him about coming out to check out the situation we were in with this um where the camper sat. Oh, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. And the guy got there and he says, I absolutely will not touch that.
He said, well, I tried to get you to come out.
That's
Look.
right. So,
Oh, hi,
hi, Mina
Linda.
and
Hi,
Barbara
Barb.
and Kathy and Linda and Barb and Cheryl and guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyway, so he's this is like the third or fourth week since Dad messed it up. So, um, Jeff's just trying to deal with that today again. So. And
Yeah.
apparently, my mother's got a faucet leaking because Jeff stopped by there the other day and he said he's going to have to go check her faucet with some tools because there's no tools left over there. Anything my dad had he had left where it got rusty, and Jeff has gotten rid of most everything over there, or if it was worth anything or could be fixed, he's brought it over here to do so. And so, Linda, if my mail has not come today, I don't think. I checked it just before I got on with Lisa to make sure that missing package is supposed to be on its way. But I'm planning on carving her first stamp today. Yay!
Yay. We're glad.
Just take your time.
Good luck,
And
Kathy. It'll be fine.
it will be fine. It will be fun.
I'm sitting here looking at this and thinking, oh, that's so pretty and delicate, and I'll never get lines that thin in my carving.
Yeah. I have a stamp like that is lines inside of dark.
Yeah.
And
And
if
I
you
thought
use
about that, but I really don't like that look.
I don't either, but boy, that's going to be difficult to carve.
Yeah, it will. Um,
Can you make it a little bigger?
well, I'm just trying to decide if that might be better. I mean, I know it would be better, but am I going to be able to get that
Yeah.
removed enough I can do it? That's what I don't know.
You still show okay, Linda. It still show and like I said, it might get delivered today because there was no mail in the box. So then it might show up. Sherry's here. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. We're glad you're here.
A tree. Kathy's carving a tree for her first stamp. How fun.
My first stamp was a tree, too.
I don't remember what my first one was. Probably a flower because, that's me. I do a lot of those. Um,
Well, I know mine was a tree because I got bought the first thing I ever carved on was some of that pink stuff.
oh,
And it was a big piece, and I thought, what can I make this big? I wasn't thinking, you can cut it up.
you could cut it off. Yeah.
So I made a tree because it was what I could make that was that big.
That was that big. Yep. Okay.
And I like it. So it worked out well. Hi, Janet. Hi, Candy.
Hi,
I hope we
Janet.
didn't miss
Hi,
anybody
Candy.
else. We're
Um,
glad you're here.
yeah, Janet, I have to tell you, I don't know what it was you called that. I don't think you called it pretend cordon bleu, but the dinner you were talking about the other night, I kind of made it, and ooh, we really liked it. Oh, odd thing, she got notification the package sent to California was delivered yesterday.
And you never sent a package to California. Good grief.
Yeah. Hi, Gemma.
Hi,
Um,
Gemma. We're glad you're here.
that's just kind of how it's been going, Linda, I think. Well, that tree's a little lopsided. Uh-huh, uh-huh. It's kind of like Sally came and got it. Yeah, Sally might have got that one. Hmm.
It's cute, though.
Yeah, and I may just leave it just like it is because I kind of like it that way. Trees come in all shapes and sizes. Yes, they do. That one's got all of its limbs a little bit odd, though. I think I've got to have to trim up his limb.
Well, in all kinds of shapes.
Yeah, Linda says it's a Charlie Brown tree. Kind of. It's got that woggle to it. So, but as a pine tree, it's got some pretty thick ends of its branches. So I think I will trim them off just a little bit. I knew they kind of needed to be um, pointed up a little bit, but sometimes it's hard to tell until you get to working with it a little, until you stamp it. And this tree is connected to that tree, so I'll take out some of that. I may have made it even more Charlie Brown like just now. Yeah, well, that's okay too.
All right. Seeing this one's not as cute, but it'll be easier to carve.
Okay. Is Lisa making a dragonfly? Yes, ma'am, she is.
If you have to ask, I obviously didn't do a very good job. Oh, dear. Okay. Let's see what we can do here.
Have you carved any words? Lisa has carved words. I have not carved words. One of these days I'm going to carve words. I just can't decide which words I want to carve.
Yeah, I carved words last year. I haven't carved any this year.
Yeah, I like that tree just a little bit better. It's just a little more pointy on the ends. And Barb says that's the way trees grow. It's a little bit different. Um, Barbara Clark, how is your finger, thumb, whichever one you carved Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to remember to carve them backwards. That makes me happy. I'm happy with that one. Now then, I need to look at this one. I meant to get out a bigger stamp pad. Oh yeah, this is why I put this away. This one was definitely not making me happy. And I need my other glasses. I had them here somewhere. No, I've got them on. Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, they were on my head, so
Okay. Well, that's different. Like
yeah.
if you're wearing them and you can't find them, that's pretty bad. But if they're on your head, that makes a
Yeah,
lot
they
of difference.
were on my head, and yeah, let's see here. First off, let's get this little pookie thing off. And his eyes need cleaned out. I can write backwards, so I should be able to do words. Kathy, one of the best ways I'll show you to do a word that's backwards is like you take your pencil and you write the word forward on like tracing paper. If you write it the way it's supposed to be, you can't see that because it's tracing paper. Okay, so the word's the right direction. Then when you turn it upside down and rub, then the word comes out backwards on your stamp. If that makes sense, it's just a matter of writing it with like a soft pencil. This is just a number 2 lead pencil, it's just fat. And you write it on paper, and then you turn it over, and the carbon from the pencil or graphite from the pencil comes off on the stamp, and then you can go over it with marker or whatever, but it's just a way to transfer that backwards. Lisa has bragging rights, and I missed whether Barbara said her thumb was okay or not.
Yeah, I didn't see if she said or not.
I don't know. Let's see if I can. It's healing, and I can type today, Tanya. About to go carve something, but I'm still comfy in the recliner and happily watching. So, um,
All right.
so it's healing.
That's good. That's what we want.
So these were 2 little tiny birds that I started carving last year, and they're so tiny and they weren't coming out very well. So I kind of just set them aside. So we're going to see if we can clean them up and finish them up.
Sounds good.
Just because, and the deal is my intention was to cut them apart, but rather than trying to hold on to a half-inch
Like a bird
square,
totem pole.
yeah, Her thumb is still marginal, but the carved finger is healing.
I didn't know she did too.
Neither did I. I don't I guess it's not good advertising for carving if somebody carves their finger that bad.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I don't know. These birds may be one of those things that just needs to be ignored.
Okay. This is how you cut your thumb carving if you're not careful. I'm
Oh,
going to be careful,
yes. Uh-huh.
but that will definitely work if
Cheryl says she's going to wear finger cots. Uh-huh. Yeah. Jeff wears those when he carves wood sometimes. Um, Now we bought for him, he bought this stuff on a roll so he can it's like the finger cots are made out of, but it's on a roll, and it made it a lot easier for him to do like places. Like he wears it down in here on his thumb right here
oh yeah.
because he pushes with that, and it's not so much about cutting there, it's about protecting that spot. So, and it's all in which what kind of carving he's doing too. So, okay. He hasn't carved in a long time though. I wish he would because he's really good at it.
Well, it's not like he's been sitting around doing nothing.
Oh no, it isn't. But in some cases, if he would do some of that, a lot of the stuff he does, it could wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's hard work. It's not relaxing. Carving wood,
no,
I would
it's
think, would be
not.
relaxing.
Yeah, I would like to have him do, some things that he finds fun. And he used to do that more actually when he was working than he does now. For some reason he seems to think all the chores have to be done right now. But wasn't that on Amazon? Oh, I missed what I decided my. Oh, a cautionary tale, Linda. Is that what you're talking about? Was on Amazon?
I think she's talking about this a small wooden handle with 5 blades they found somewhere. She was wondering if it was Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Well, they do have different kinds on Amazon. It's not all those this speedball kind. This one is a speedball, and it's a smaller wooden handle, but it came in a kit, and it only had one. Well, I think it only had one blade, but you can change them.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't limit you to only using one blade. It just came with one. The kit that I bought, it's the one that had that big piece of pink stuff that I used.
Oh, Well, this red one, I'm pretty sure I've had, oh heavens, most of my life. It's not new. Okay,
Oh, I've got.
let's stamp that and see if we can save it or if it's destined to be thrown back in that box for another year.
Well, I bet you could find this one um, on Amazon, Barbara. But if you can't, um, and I've got two other ones, I could send you this one if you need a second one because I like it just as good as the other ones. I don't like it necessarily better, so I would be glad to let you have it, um, and then I could use my other ones.
Okay, this bird down here looks like a strange, weird monster. This little bird up here is all right, but I think I'm just going to put it back in the box and ignore it for another year till I have to look at it again. Um,
And then
Hi
you'll
Sharon.
try to add to it or take away some more or something.
Something, and when you sometimes you just have to look at it and say, no, I'm not going to fuss with that right now. I'm just going to ignore it. Just not going to. I did, when I cleaned up yesterday, all of the little loose erasers are out and into this little baggie.
Are those
So,
the non-carved ones?
yep, these are the non-carved ones. I put the carved ones in their own little baggie. I
Yeah.
actually cleaned up when I cleaned up the last time. So, um, I want to do kind of a leaf that's smaller for my flowers that I do. Hi, Teresa. How did it go today, hon? She's not going to chat, so I might not find out right away.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that up there. Oh, Candy's here too. Did we say hello to her?
I
I hope
did.
so.
I
Okay.
did. Hi, Sharon. I don't think I said hi to you though. Hi.
She just got here a minute or two ago, I think. I think. Don't ask me for sure, but I think. Okay, I gotta cut these things off of this thing. Little bendy pieces. These do make little cute triangles.
Yeah, I've saved a couple of them because I think they're easy to hold on to too.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be cute for some little bitty words.
Oh no, they've rescheduled her.
Oh dear. Well, there must have been a good reason, even if we don't know what it was.
That's right.
Sometimes things get rescheduled because God knew you didn't need to be there today.
Yep, that's
even
right.
if even if the reason they give doesn't seem like it important, sometimes it's still better. Okay, let's see how this. Whoops.
Okay.
Well, this is what it looks like.
It came out fabulous. That's
I'm
fabulous.
thinking I need to make maybe this a little more delicate here. maybe not quite as sectioned either.
Okay. What kind of eraser did you use for that? Which one?
It's this one.
Oh, that's a pretty good sized eraser.
Yeah, this was
Mm,
they had these
Walmart.
like 5 for $1 at Walmart. Yeah. So I
Okay.
bought well, I thought I had more than that. I've got 5 in here, but I know I bought more than 5. Maybe I sent some of them to somebody else. I sometimes do that and forget. So,
Yeah. I'll have to look for those. They had those the high polymer erasers
yeah,
the other day. The size you've got.
right.
Yeah, these are just little triangles, Barbara. I mean, they're tiny though.
They're what come off the angled ends of these
Yeah, see, that's a
erasers.
bigger triangle. So, I hate the angled ends on the eraser. It always gives you a hard time. Uh,
They're
Pretty soft. Looks
they're
pretty
pretty
soft.
soft. I don't
Mhm.
think they're maybe quite as soft as these.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
but
they are. I don't know, but they're not hard to carve. I'm not having any trouble.
it's perfect if you stamp two of them. Oh, she's Teresa's seeing double, and so Teresa, that's not
I did
funny. But
stamp 2. There's 2.
it's not funny that you're seeing double, dear. But it is funny the way you typed that. That's just. Oh, I'm sorry. Hmm. It does make it hard, doesn't it, hon? Okay, let's see here. I want let's see, like
They're
that.
soft enough that when you're trying to do trim on one side of this body or on the other side, it just pushes over and doesn't
Yeah.
want to trim.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure if I can smooth this up, but I really want to not have the jaggedy ends of the wings. Okay.
Yeah, I fixed Janet's dinner the other night. It was really good. Um, Jeff said, "Well, you wouldn't have to put the ham in it." Oh, Teresa, I made you laugh. That's good. I didn't mean to tease. It just tickled me. Um, Now my Amazon order is coming later. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, if the first time something comes up broke in my Amazon order, um, I am going to be calling somebody because I have now seen him throw my boxes twice from the back of the truck to the front of the truck. He just throws them. This one's got a dent in it. I haven't opened it yet. But it's just so irritating.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, Jeff says, "Well, it wouldn't have to have the ham in it," and I'm like, "Yes, but you taste the ham, and without the ham, it wouldn't taste the same." He's like, "Well, I guess not." I'm like, "Okay."
It would just be chicken,
It just
not chicken cordon bleu.
it wouldn't. Yeah, it's like, "Hi, Hi, Janice.
Hi,
Um,
Janice.
yeah, it's like, okay, well, yeah, it would be okay, but it would just be chicken. Yeah, I'm probably, you know, now what he threw yesterday, day before yesterday. What I saw him throw yesterday was something called coconut core. It's cocoa core. It's this fiber stuff you add to dirt. So it's not it comes in a brick. It's kind of weird stuff. But my son told me about it, and as far as a soil additive, it's very inexpensive, and it comes in this brick that's about 6 inches by a foot and a half square, and it expands to like 12 feet.
Wow.
And so it's one of those things that's very porous, and it keeps soil porous. Also love to make the chicken in a lemon
Hi,
sauce with lemon
Peg.
slices and artichoke hearts. Yeah, Janet, that sounds really good too. And I've got, well, I don't right now because I just put all the lemon slices. Uh, oh, I don't have any fresh lemons right now because they're either in the freezer or dried or in salt or sugared. But I have plenty of frozen ones, plenty of dried ones. I could put them in with chicken. Uh, Hi, Peg. And I've never put lemon in my chicken before, and I think it would be really good. So it's one of those. Next time I'm going to try it. Yeah, it happens all the time. I agree. It does happen all the time.
Okay, well, here's the latest.
Oh, that's adorable, Lisa.
Do you think I should make this end one still smaller?
No, I think you ought to leave it alone before it kind of. I think it's fine, and you've made it a lot more delicate than the first stamping. I would leave it alone.
Okay, I'm going to leave it alone.
Uh-huh. Eat before you come to chat. We will make you hungry. Yep. Uh-huh. And Cheryl, you're right. They get good enough delivery pay. They don't need to throw my packages.
That's right.
Chicken with lemon and herbs as well as lamb. Um, I'm not real fond of lamb, but and I don't. Jeffrey never talks about it. I guess I don't know whether he um has eaten that much lamb or not. I haven't had lamb in a long time, but we used to eat it quite a bit growing up. Now, if I can find somebody to make gyro meat out of lamb, then I like lamb.
Uh,
What did you stamp?
well, I was trying to get the word on this little stamp, but I did it on the um, where it was not really flat, and I didn't
Oh,
realize there was a place that wasn't really flat, and so it didn't work. It was too close to the edge.
you can also use a letter stencil and turn. Yes, Sherry, that's a really good idea. Use a letter stencil and turn it backwards. Uh huh. Jeff's getting poor old Jeff's getting salad for dinner tonight.
There we go.
There we go. And aw, that's a cute, tiny little word.
I'm gonna, I think, just let the word be what I carve out,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and let it be um, what do you call that? Have this around it,
Yes. It will be in a box.
framed. Yeah.
Framed. There you go. That's a good word. Hmm.
Now, holding this to carve it is not going to be as easy because it's
Yep.
this weird little thing, but I'm going to try. Yeah, this is really hard. If I can get a word that you can read, it's going to be.
Linda says if the UPS driver could throw her package, because then I would have it. That's probably very true. Oh, too funny. Uh-huh. At least I would have it if he had thrown it. Yep.
Okay, this seems like a good idea, but it's not going to work. I just can't hold it enough. It
I
bends
was
too
going to
much.
say, especially since it's on the triangle.
Yeah. Okay, so no words on the little triangles. We just need to do some little squiggly shape or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. What would be a good squiggly shape? I'm trying to decide which side will be easier to carve. This is easier to hold, so I guess this is what I need to carve here. Um,
Okay. Sauerkraut and weenies, butter beans and cornbread. Oh, my husband's going to come to your house, Teresa. Well, we discussed that Linda could have driven all the way down here as fast as it took that, as long as it's taking that package to get here. And it may be chilly here, but I'll bet it's warmer than it is where she's at. So, although I was talking to Mike in North Dakota yesterday or the other day, and he said that day it had only been 5 degrees warmer here than it was in North Dakota. So, and when we lived in South Dakota, my dad was always looking at the temperatures and seeing that um, my sister in Alaska was warmer than we were in South Dakota. Okay. Now, what we are going to attempt is to just cut off the outside. Teresa says she'll be done cooking by the time we get there. Well, especially since Jeff's not home, so I can't start out right away. And Linda says, yes, it is warmer here. It's been chilly here, though. We have had so many nights below freezing that it's absolutely abnormal. However, I'm apparently the envy of all the North Florida gardeners because I have tomatoes still, and I don't know the deal why everybody else doesn't. My tomatoes and peppers are doing fine. Jeffrey's been covering them, but
well, that's probably the difference.
well, they've been covering theirs too, but for
Ah,
some reason, um, they've all been saying, because I have so many big green tomatoes, I want them to ripen on the vine, and I've just left them there because I figure if I lose them, I lose them. And but I've got a tomato out there right now that's like this big, and it's like I don't want to pull it that big because it's ready to ripen.
Yeah.
I did cut back a lot of the vine that did not have tomatoes on it to try to let the growth go into those tomatoes. I still had flowers when we started getting the, you know, tomato flowers when we started getting the freeze. So, um, and my little peppers now, they are tiny. They're only about like this big, but they're ripening just fine on the vine, on the plants. I brought two of the pepper plants in because pepper plants are perennials. So I'm going to save two of them, I hope. I'm not going to try to save them all. And I've cloned my tomatoes. I've got them rooting right now.
Sounds like you're doing good.
Well, trying. You know, I'm going to have this gigantic new box to fill in the spring. I'm waiting for Jeff to get dirt in it. He's been trying to find me some dirt.
Yeah.
You know, the last we got, it was kind of fun that we got it when we did, but and I had hoped to have that bed ready so that I could have put cabbage and stuff in it, but Jeff's had too much else to do. So
Okay. Well, I made a funny little something out of that.
okay, well, but it's a cool, funny little something.
So,
Oh, that's cute. Hi, Andrea.
hi, Andrea. We're glad you're here. Sorry it took us a minute to notice.
Yep, that's cute. Um, yeah, Cheryl. I mean, but mine are in a bed, and Jeffrey pulled a tarp over the top of them. My tomatoes have bamboo supports, so when he just pulled the tarp across the top of the bamboo, and um, some of it, you know, I've had damage to the plants, but for the most part, the plants are doing pretty good. So, okay, let's see how. Let's see how this stamps. Okay. Barbara's doing her little brunch. It always come to Alabama to get some dirt. Oh dear, Teresa. Um, other than the fact that you know, I could order a load of dirt without going to Alabama to get it. It would probably cost me about the same to drive up there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Probably doesn't cost much different.
Well, you know, the dirt is not the expensive part.
It's the getting it brought over
It's
in the
the
truck.
getting it delivered. Even the rock that Jeffrey got for the French drains and all that mess. You know, we had two dump trucks of rock brought in, and
Yeah.
that was the rock didn't cost but about half of what the delivery fee cost. So now that's my new leaf.
Oh, I
Other
like
than
it.
that bump right there on the side that I don't like. Which side is that? Oh, that's this side right here. Where'd my knife go? Um, and the same company that brought the rock would bring dirt. I could actually get topsoil from them. Tanya, do you have friends that you can visit while getting the dirt? Well, and I don't have any friends that would feed my husband the way he likes to be fed while getting dirt. That's true. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a little better. Yep. There we go.
I like it.
hmm But I could carve those little guys all day long. They're fun. I think I'll do another one. Where's my bag? Bag of tricks. No, this one's got words on it, so I'm going to have to carve around the words. Just what I wanted. Oh, let's pick one that doesn't have words on it so I don't have to look at the words, because you know. Teresa, I'll tell you what. My husband will eat anything once. What he might not do is eat it 3 or 4 times. Normally, he will eat anything for leftovers or whatever, but and he's apparently coming home, so
Okay. I'm trying to decide, Tanya.
wait 1 second. Let me finish cutting through this.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am. Okay, I can see
I
now.
cut out the inside of this heart,
Yep.
but I left this one whole.
Ooh, that might be really cute. Did you stamp
I'm
it?
thinking it might be. I haven't stamped it yet. I just noticed a place that it's messed up. I need to work on a little bit here.
Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Jeffrey, hon, did you get the mail? There wasn't anything. Okay. Well, I don't know if they haven't been or just what. Did you get everything you needed?
Yeah, I went to the tire store,
Okay.
and rebalanced the front tires for me.
Oh, he already did it?
Yep.
Okay. Were they off?
A little bit.
Okay. How about Mom's faucet? Are you gonna have to go back?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna turn the water off and take that top out, see if it needs new O-rings.
Okay.
It doesn't leak, but when you push against it, it does. So the O-rings may be worn, or maybe the whole faucet may be worn.
Well, it may be.
But I'm gonna have to clear out everything underneath the sink and get the spanner wrench.
Yeah. The other thing is I will tell you, you won't have to turn the whole house off because there are shutoffs under there. I'm pretty sure.
If they're shut off, I didn't look that far.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's shutoffs under there because I've had to do the O-rings in that sink before.
Okay, it might be what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
As always, there's hi Riri. There's that it may need a new seat. Yeah, Teresa, that's what I told him. He had just stopped by there last week and was hoping it was just something needed tightening, but it's probably going to need new O-rings and stuff like that. Her water, for some reason, has a lot of sand in it, and the pipes are old in that neighborhood, and she ends up with grit caught in things. The shower head is constantly got to be taken apart. Just, I have used to be when I would come down here every year, I would just constantly be doing plumbing every time I came. So, okay, did you stamp it? I didn't see.
I did, but I decided I needed to clean it up a little bit. So I'll stamp it again, and then you can see the first one and then this one.
Okay.
The hopefully new improved version.
Oh, yes. Although I kind of like the little streakies in the other one. Sorry.
Yeah, well, too late.
It kind of looks sketchy.
It
You know.
does. It's cute. Yeah.
Hmm.
But it's gone now.
Oh well, that's all right.
So should I leave that one solid?
I like it solid.
Okay.
Teresa, we will move her before we replace her pipes. That's that much I'll guarantee to you.
Yeah.
Um, we would have her moved already if it wasn't for Corona. And I'm just glad I hadn't moved her already. I intended to move her last winter, and um, just something didn't. It just didn't happen, and it was, I guess, a good thing because she would have been much more isolated than she is now, and the nursing home here, it just, I'm just really glad I didn't. So, Andrea, I will tell you that he has worked harder from the day he retired to, to, to now than he ever worked before. Now, he doesn't work as many hours in a day, but he definitely works harder. I guess he shouldn't have. The day he retired, actually, he went to work for me. We were in Tucson on his retirement, actual retirement day. Um, uh, we were in Tucson for the biggest, big beach show. It's an international beach show. Um, yeah, I don't know, Teresa. The whole neighborhood is full of grit. It's just one of those things. Anyways, he was, the day he retired was the day he went to work for me because we opened the bead show that day, and he had to work, and I think he's been working ever since. So that's just the way it works. All right, we're going to make another one of those little leaves because I really liked that big one I made. So
I am not sure how to get just a little.
what do you got to do?
Well, I don't know how. Well, oh, it didn't work very good.
Make a circle hole.
I was trying to just make a dot, a little
Yeah.
dot.
What I do is I usually take my little one and I sort of stand it up like this and spin it.
Yeah, well, that's what I should have done, but
It's not a perfect dot, but it usually makes a reasonable dot.
yeah.
And it's actually better with this one, but it's a bigger dot.
Well, that's the
It's
problem I
more.
had when I tried to do it with the little one. It
Uh-huh.
didn't really show up. It just kind of resealed itself,
Uh-huh.
and it because of the size of what I've got here, it really needed to be
A little bit bigger. Uh-huh.
yeah. I mean, it needed to be the dots needed to be small.
Uh-huh. Um, yeah, he also had to go over to his dad's and take the battery out of his dad's camper because dad kind of messed it up and the whole camper's messed up. But because of that, he's supposed to be, there's a guy coming. When is the guy coming? The guy is coming Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember. They finally found someone who actually will come out and with equipment and take a look to see if they can fix it on site. He's been trying for a month to find somebody that could do that.
Well, I know they've got guys that do that for 18 wheelers.
Yeah, but part of the problem is that motorhomes have so many things other than just to drive it.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, but at the same time, that's what's, right now they can't drive it, so they can't take it to somebody. So, all right, that one kind of touches over there, but I guess that's okay. Maybe I'll make this one touch right here so that they're kind of alike. Kind of like that. Now, the question is, do I want to carve out or do I want to carve in? And I have to carve out because, well, no.
It's hard to decide, isn't it? You could do it either way.
Yeah.
If you cut around the outside of it and made
Yeah.
it, that football shape, then you could do it either way.
Yeah, it's a place to park your car inside of it. Yep. When we first started looking at RVs and stuff, when we were looking, I have a big truck, so we could have bought a fifth wheel instead of an RV. And our original thought was to buy a fifth wheel with what they call a toy hauler, which is it has like a space in the back, not really big enough for a car unless it was like one of those little smart cars, but it's to put all of your toys, like your four-wheelers and motorcycles and all that stuff back there. Well, and it would have worked perfect to put my bead studio in because most of the time those are just little metal spaces, and therefore it would have been a great place, and we could have put bikes and whatnot back there when we were traveling. Well, the problem with that is that Jeffrey really wanted the Jeep so that we could drive off road. And that makes sense too. So you can't have both. In South Dakota, you can have both because you can tow a fifth wheel towing a car in South Dakota. It is crazy. I don't recommend it, but you can. So, but we decided on the RV instead. But I have seen a big rig where they had like this little tiny sports car. It slid in between the tires underneath.
Oh my goodness.
It had what they call a garage in the back. Yep. Yep. We looked at a few that had great big spaces back there, but for another reason is that we didn't want anything that big because we like to camp in like state parks and national parks, places like that, and most of the older parks do not have space big enough to park those long rigs. Ours is almost as long as they'll take because the parks are just older and the sites are not as big.
Okay, I had this where I
Oh,
was
that's
trying to make a
fabulous.
feather, and I added some more stuff to it. I think I like it better.
I like it. I like it a lot. Did you cut it into its shape before you
Yeah, I just took an X-Acto knife and went,
oh, there you go.
and
Yep.
then it didn't look enough like a leaf, I thought, so I decided to make a feather.
Feather. Okay. Oh, that's on the side of the eraser. What a good idea.
This is a really thick eraser, so
Yeah.
it worked fine to have that on the side.
She's gonna make another one. Everybody's liking it.
Good. I'm liking it too.
Good grief, what is that noise? The other day, the racetrack, we have a racetrack here in town. It's like 8 miles from us, but you could hear those cars zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. It was constant all day long for 2 days.
Good grief.
Yep. Teresa, yep. They are big homes on. The thing of it is so many people who buy those park like in 2 places or 3 places. They never really travel. It's amazing the number of people we know that they get these RVs. Okay, and yes, we were going to live in ours, but we also were going to take trips in it. But we have so many friends that we know that have bought big RVs to live in, and then they have a spot in New England and then a spot in Tucson and maybe a spot one other place. And that's all the places they ever go. I have an aunt and an uncle who they have spent the last 15 years going to the same 2 places. And it's like, okay. Um, I guess it's great to have your house with you all the time, but I just don't know um, that it wouldn't be easier just to get an apartment in both places.
Yeah.
You know, I had an aunt and uncle. They even bought an extra car to leave in one spot. You know, it's like, okay, then why cart your home back and forth if you're going to buy cars to leave in both spots? I guess I just don't understand that. And that's just me, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they have their reasons.
Well, and it might be as simple as they think they might want to do some other traveling sometime, and so they're prepared.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they just don't ever do it.
Yeah, that's well, and um, you know, we have friends that from the bead community, and uh, they do go they go about four places that's all the same every year. Um, and granted, a couple of them you can't get apartments because they go up into the snowy mountains every summer and have for 30 years. Not in this RV, but in the past it was in um, other smaller units and things. But it's just like we had hoped to go to Alaska this next year. Of course, we're not going to now, but that was on our travel agenda. But
Where is it?
What'd you do? Lose it?
I thought I did.
Um, picking up the right readers for my screen. Yes, I agree, Barbara. I have to always change my Oh, Barbara, I'd love to hear the ocean. Scott said that noise sounded like a plane. It very likely was. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely loud. Teresa, I won't ever be without a house again. Uh, we were living in the RV when we got in that wreck, and um, full timing means that you don't have a permanent residence. And if you do travel in your RV and you are in a wreck, you are suddenly very, very homeless. And it was not a fun experience. So while we might spend a lot of time in our RV in the future and not be here very often, we will always have some place that has a roof.
Okay, let's check this one out.
Yeah, Barbara, we can't wait for things to ease up. We are planning in the spring to do the trip we were headed for last spring. Um, it just all depends on things opening up and whatnot. Because last year, all of a sudden, the national parks and all even the rest areas on the in March, the rest areas on the interstates were closing. So and they closed the national parks, and if you weren't staying a whole month, you couldn't. A lot of people were having trouble that lived in their motorhomes were having trouble because if you weren't paying for a whole month in campgrounds, they weren't letting you stay.
Look,
So, oh,
I used it 3 times and then put that little bulb thing under it. It's kind of on top of my pig that didn't
your
work
pig,
out,
but
but
oh, I like it. I love it. I love it.
so that's fun. I wasn't in the mood to do circles, so I did
Oh,
squiggles instead,
I
or
like the squiggles though.
whatever you want to call those. But
I
I'm
really
happy
like
with it. So,
I like the squiggles. Thank you, honey. The garbage man just came.
oh, good.
Well, Barbara, we can actually travel without rest stops because one of the things about RVs that I have always said is that if I cannot stop and be able to get in the bathroom and make food, we're not buying it. So even though we have 4 slides and that when you open it, it's like a New York apartment, um, it's still I can go in the bathroom and use the bathroom and I can make lunch, I can get in my refrigerator all closed up. But when you're towing a car, it's hard to find a place to park other than truck stops and um, rest areas. So that's one of the reasons why we don't. A lot of times, when I was traveling by myself, if I stopped in a rest area, I didn't get out of the motorhome, especially late at night. If I was alone, I just used my own bathroom.
I don't blame
But
you a bit.
yeah, well, I drove back from here to South Dakota in the old one in 2 days. Um, 2.5 days, really. And when I would get tired, I would just hit the next rest area or next truck stop, and I wouldn't even get out. I would just curl in my little bed and take a nap and get up and go on. Oops. No, I'm sorry, guys, if I'm off camera. Just realized that I'm carving real close to myself, and you guys can't see it. You're waiting for the postman, Tanya. Well, Jeff just came in and said he still hasn't come. So I don't know if he's going to come. Yeah. Well, Barbara, what we had hoped was that my son would move down here and move in. So, and there's no way I would sublet my house because I wouldn't want anybody near my studio. There's so many things in here that they could hurt themselves with.
Or burn down your house. Or
burn down my house. Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't leave. There's certain things I don't leave even when we go off on a trip and nobody's going to be here. I undo my torch and all that stuff so that it's not where it's out. Kathy says, too much fun. Yay!
I don't know why you waited so long either. I'm glad you wait no more.
Peg, honey, we have now a Tiffin RV. Yes, it's a big motorhome. We had a big one. The old one was 34 and a half feet. The old one was 34 and a half feet, had 4 slides, 1 bathroom because I didn't see any reason to have 2 bathrooms. It has a basement. It's big. They're big. They sit like a semi, as tall as a semi. And we were in a wreck on our first retirement trip. After we got things sorted out, we were 2 days into our first retirement trip, and a flying van came and tried to park in my bathroom. And it didn't fit. So it promptly decided to try and park in the bedroom. It still didn't fit. So it went out the back.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, yeah. It was very interesting. And it's fine.
Both up in the front.
Yep. Well, Jeffrey saw it just in time to shove his foot down on the accelerator. Otherwise, they'd have been through the front windshield. And we spent 2 years fighting with the insurance company. And it was a very, very ugly fight.
What was there to fight about? I mean,
they said the motorhome was fixable.
Oh, goodness.
They had it for 1.5 years. The passenger side wall was bent. They trashed it while they were supposedly fixing it. But it was bent from the beginning, but we had to actually threaten to sue our insurance company. And part of that is because it was worth more money than the other people's insurance had. He was underinsured to have hit something that costs as much as a house.
Yeah.
So, and most people are,
That's true.
But our insurance company should have stepped up and taken care of it, and they didn't. And so we had to fight with our own insurance company. We no longer have that insurance company, just so y'all know. anyways, after 2 years and a very ugly fight, they finally called the lawyer and said, what's it going to take? And he said the only thing they ever wanted in the first place was for you to do what you're supposed to do, and that's to replace the RV. And so then we spent 6 months getting a new RV. And we took one really nice long trip, and then COVID happened. So we have a new one, Peg. We have it's a Tiffin. Oh, what is this one? This one is a 34 PA, I think. It's 35.5 feet long and has 4 slides. So it's a big one. We can live in it easily. It has 3,400 square feet when it's all open. That's what the 34 stands for. Oh, 340.
I was going to say, my goodness, how do you even get that down the road?
Jeff just corrected me. I have too many zeros in my.
Okay, I have to show you my new leaf while we're laughing.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, I
Looks
like
like
that.
I just need to add one more and it'd be a palm tree.
Are you carving on all 4 sides of that stamp?
Yep.
Your eraser? Oh, that's really cool.
And I'm going to do this one.
Oh, that's cool, cool, cool. Yes, and it looks like a palm tree.
Thinking about that is the reason that I bought this eraser it was at Target in their dollar spot.
Uh-huh.
And I think there were 3 of them in there for $1, which was a good price. But I don't know where the other 2 went because I know I don't use them as erasers. So anyway, oh, I did carve on one of them last year. I remember that. So maybe there were just 2 and I thought there were 3. Anyway, I thought that's thick enough. I could do something on all 4 sides. I could even make little, ooh. I could even make some little weird looking leaves on the ends.
Oh, that's gonna be cool. That's something you're gonna use all the time.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Yes, Peg. It's large, it's open, easily to live in. It's almost, as far as just traveling and camping. See, the old one also had my workspace in it. I had a dedicated space for my bead making in the old one. So that was one of those things where the new one, they had to buy us what we had. That was what happened. And otherwise we might have gone down in size a little bit, because honestly, the way we will travel now, probably, oh, now that's kind of cool. Barbara says 4-sided steps. She'd never be able to use that one.
Okay, there are the 2 little ends.
Those are perfect. Oh, those are fabulous. I love that.
I do too. I think maybe I should take off a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Right here and right there. What do you think?
Do me a favor. Wait 1 second. I was not looking. Okay, tell me again.
I was thinking I should take off a little bit right here and right there on those 2 little.
No, I wouldn't. I think they look very natural that way.
All right. Then I'm going to leave them.
Don't forget to call your tree trunk. I think she means carve your tree trunk. Call me some coconut. I don't know what Nellie saw you got to do. Make sure you carve your tree trunk. Oh, Lisa, you need a tree trunk for all of your leaves, I think is what they're saying.
That would be a pretty big trunk.
Yeah. And Barbara says, no, leave the regularities are what you need to leave. So, hi, Holly.
Okay. I'm leaving them.
Yes, and look at this cool border I made with my
Oh, I love that.
funky leaf, which also would be a funky flower, which would be.
Yes, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Okay.
now I've got to make a fourth, a sixth leaf on this eraser.
Yeah,
Well,
another leaf.
one is a feather, and the others are leaves.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a leaf, but it turned into a feather.
Yeah, Peg, I as soon as COVID lets up a little bit, where we don't have to worry about mama and dad so much, then we'll be on the road.
Hey,
And
Holly.
we're talking about 2022 doing Alaska. See, and I have a big triangle from the big eraser I had last year to go with my
Yeah.
little triangles. I was looking for that little bug. I didn't carve it the other Tuesday, and which makes me think I thought maybe there was 2 of those little bugs. Oh, let's see another one. Oh, there's the other one. Because that's a dragonfly. Lisa, I'm going to send it to you. You have to carve it yourself, but I'll put it in your box.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, what did I do with it? Okay, there we go. It's cute. It has little hearts for wings.
Oh, that is cute.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Teresa says her eyes can't see what her fingers are saying. Kathy is saying she thinks Lisa needs to carve a palm tree trunk to go along with that one leaf-shaped one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I had one of those really long erasers, I would do that.
And Andrea finished her pesto, so she's back.
Yay.
So I was going to look too.
Okay, let's see how this one looks.
Hi, Joan.
Hi, Joan. We're glad you're here.
Oh, Holly, if you have Christmas spirit, you could send me some. I don't have any Christmas spirit. Now, that doesn't mean I'm just grumpy. It just means I don't have any Christmas spirit. No, we got really quiet.
Yeah, then I just got weird on this one, and it didn't work out so great.
Well, that's all right. If you get, let's see, that's 6 out of, don't have it. Linda doesn't have, well, Linda, you're working so hard. I can understand that. And is Laurel going to get to come home? It's Laurel, not Lauren, I think. I may be wrong.
I decided I would just make them all a little more wonky.
Okay.
And maybe that'll make it look like it was at least intentionally wonky. Okay, let's see what this one looks like now.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I like it. But I'm trying to decide if I should connect them across or leave them like this.
Huh. Well, that's, I kind of like them like that. I'm afraid if you go across with it, it's going to really look like a football.
That's true. I don't want
Although
it to look
Teresa
like
says it looks like a tire track. Something looks like a tire track.
uh,
Oh,
that's probably this right here.
yeah. Linda says that Laurel's not going to get to come home again. I didn't think she was going to. She's in Massachusetts, I think, and they're pretty hard locked down.
Yeah, they are. That's where my sister is.
Yeah. Joan, Kathy carved her first one today. She carved a tree. Okay, bye, Peg.
Bye, Peg. Thanks for coming.
Mm-hmm. Oops, I've lost my headset. Just a minute. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, let's see if I can make this little bug look like a little bug. It's got some serious wonkiness. What kind of little face did it have? Oh, it just has a little smile. Has these giant bug eyes, which are going to be impossible. Well, we'll see what happens. This may not come out so good. Hi, Mary Kay.
We're glad you're here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what are we going to start with? Body, I think. We'll start with his body. You know, I like carving the big erasers better.
They are easier.
Uh-huh. At the same time, they're not what I use.
Yeah.
Really and truly, what I have used most from last year is my little, the round ones I did. Let's see. That one, I've used that a bunch. This one. These two. And then these pieces, these that I did. All of those I have used a lot. I have not used the others near as much as I've used those. So Mary Kay says, oh, rain at her house. I thought she said she had rain in her house. That would not have been good.
No, it wouldn't. Well, we're glad it's at her house. At least I hope we are. If it was at my
Yeah.
house, I would be very glad.
And Nancy's here. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
We've had sun the last few days. It's chilly. Actually, we're kind of getting January weather. That's the thing, is that we're getting a lot of January weather.
Well, I was out running some errands yesterday and noticed that they had put that stuff that they put on the bridges when it's going to snow.
Uh-huh.
Like it's 70 degrees. You don't tell me. Actually, it was like 73. You're not telling me it's really going to snow tonight? But that we're doing that in advance just in case.
Oh, okay.
They said tonight and tomorrow night we have a small chance of getting some
snow.
Some icy stuff of some kind.
Well, and I'm sure you don't get this on the on your Facebook feed, but because you know, I have a lot of people from right here on my Facebook feed. One of the gals posted the other day about this. Let's see, how was it? Okay, all my northern friends, your weather's drunk and in my yard. You need to come down here and get it. Like, okay. Thanks, Nancy. I wouldn't want to profess to be really good at this, but it's fun. It's getting to be more fun, you know.
Yeah, it is.
The more I do it, the more fun it gets to be.
How are you doing, Nancy? We're glad you're here. I can't remember if I saw you earlier or not.
No, she just got here a few minutes ago, if I'm right.
Well, I got some weird little bubbles.
What? Oh, those are cute. That is something you should make bigger in foam.
Yes, that would be good. I just need to get me some foam.
Uh-huh. Because that would be a really good jelly plate stamp.
I thought it was fun that they were encapsulated in a circle.
Yeah, the brine for the roads. Yep, that's what they put on there. One year when we lived in South Dakota, we had to go to Tucson for my beach show. And we had started out from South Dakota, and we had come down across the reservation, and I got into, and it was late. We had started late, so we knew we were going to stop, and we stopped in, we didn't get as far as we wanted to get, but we stopped in Hastings, which is near where Mary lives, actually, and got up the next morning, and you know, the weather didn't look that bad. The roads were a little slick. The dry parking lot was a little slick, but we started out in a crust, and we were trying to avoid a snowstorm that was going to come up through Denver, and we knew it was there, and there's a pass you have to go through. So we were going to go straight down through Kansas and Oklahoma. And I started out from Hastings and went across a 2-lane highway, you know, a state road. We spent most of the day in Nebraska on that road. It was horrible. It took 3 times longer than it should have taken because the road was all icy and nasty. We hit the Kansas border, and they had that blue stuff on the roads, and it was like night and day, just totally night and day between the. You could tell where the state line was because of that
Yeah.
stuff on the road. It was like, oh my gosh, thank heavens! I was exhausted from driving that little distance already, and we went down through um, Oklahoma and Kansas on 2-lane roads, which when we traveled for that show, we didn't usually do, but there was supposedly a big snowstorm coming into Denver. And we were just trying to avoid it. And it was interesting, though. I don't know. I think the snowstorm would have been easier to drive through. Okay, here we go. Oh, he's cute.
It's cute.
Cute. Yep. He's cute. Oh, Lisa's here. It's Lisa, I think. Yes, Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa.
Well, I missed her. We're glad you're here, Lisa. Sorry it took so long for us to notice you.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you do have to pay attention when you're carving. You do. By the way, I got a package of these at Dollar Tree.
I did not see those.
Okay, and there was a package, and I don't know how many was in the package. Okay, let's see. There's 2. And I don't know when I got them. Sometime through the year. 3. Looks like there might have only been 3 in the package for $1. But I grabbed them because they are these white erasers, and I don't know if they're going to be like the polymer erasers. This piece on here is just paper wrapped around it.
Yeah.
They were in a package, like that.
Right.
Okay.
Very cute. Well, I don't know if they didn't have them or if I just didn't see them.
They are like the polymer erasers. Yep, I would say they're the same. So, and that's a cute piece of little ephemera.
It is. It's sweet.
It's sweet. Matches my little donut circle-y ones too. My piece of ephemera matches my donuts. There we go. It's got sprinkles. Oh, Dana's here too. Hi, Dana.
Hi, Dana. We're glad you're here.
The eyes are perfect. Thank you. The eyes were a little trouble. Lisa, she likes the flower stamp.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, let's see. I did that one, and I did this one. Show me your feather again on the paper. I have to see it on the paper. Yeah, that just cuts off to the edge. I may have to try that. I wonder if I want it skinny. That would be too skinny. Huh. Mm. Dana, it is hard to say. Hi, Journey. The only thing I can tell you is that with Dollar Tree erasers, if you mess it up, then it's not horrible expense. The biggest problem is to make sure you protect your fingers. She shakes, so she's worried about doing it. So, and
Yeah.
the foam ones like we made last. Okay, did we do that last Thursday?
Yes.
Yes, last Thursday, we made foam stamps with like the same stuff as in meat trays. Um, I just do that with an ink pen, and you could do small ones and use them like stamps with ink pads. And that's right, Kathy. You never know until you try. We do have a little practice journey. Not a lot, but I hadn't carved very many stamps until last year. And honestly, I haven't carved a stamp since last December, so I'm having trouble getting the little plastic off of this.
It's not cooperating, huh?
Uh-oh, Nancy. Yeah, Dollar Tree is a really good place to get erasers, Dana. I got these big round ones. They're great to carve. Got those at Dollar Tree. Now last year, this is double. I cut this in half, but I had these. It was double. I got those. I have a couple of this size. They had this size in a 2-pack this year. I got a couple of those.
I have some of those somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I bought them specifically because I wanted to see how they would carve compared to the others.
I think they're going to carve fine, but the big thing is just gets and I'm pretty sure I got these at Dollar Tree and they were like 3 in a package. Just get some erasers. This little bug was in a set of erasers. Now the little ones are a little harder to carve. The smaller you get. Okay, this is just not wanting to get open.
They're not in my eraser drawer.
Dear, they're not in the eraser drawer.
No.
See, and I know that I have a set of little monsters that I got recently that just like the ones you have.
Like
and
these?
Yes, I got those. I picked them up thinking I'm going to carve the monsters on the back. And that's right, Andrea. It's the meat tray carving. And Janet said she has used foam, like instead of paper plates, the foam plates like that. And heck, you can get those at the dollar store and buy a whole package of them. And you can make little stamps from that stuff.
This one's got, it's like it's damaged. It was all wrinkly, and I tried to see if it would flatten out, or some of it was just coming off and it was extra. So I thought it was all extra, and it's not. But I just noticed on the back of these, they have an indented hole in the center.
Oh, no.
Which makes them not good for that unless you carve on this side.
Yep. Well, if I carve on that side, then I'll have to try to get whatever. You know what? I could probably carve on it and then take a little piece of very fine sandpaper and take that surface off.
Yeah.
The reason you don't carve on that side, guys, is because most of the time that stuff, whatever it is they put on there, is
kind of plasticky.
Yeah, and it doesn't let the ink pick up good.
But it's obviously coming off of this one pretty easy. So those may get saved until I can figure out what to do with them. Because I was just going to carve on the back, but that
Yeah.
hole means you would have to incorporate it somehow.
Right. Right.
Hmm. See, now it's a mystery that's making me think.
Okay. Yeah, the fun foam stuff would work too, Barbara. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is put my a feather right here on the side of this one, like Lisa did. We're going to see if we can do it. We're just going to see. Okay.
Hmm. I'm gonna do some more of these because you don't have to think that much about them. You just do something inside a leaf and
Mm-hmm.
or inside a football,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you can use
And
it for a leaf or a petal or whatever, which makes them easy.
well, the other thing is that's what we'll use that.
Yeah,
So
it's got kind of sticky stuff on it where it was stuck to that wrapper. Okay.
oh, Mary Kay's leaving. Bye, dear.
Bye, Mary. Thanks for coming.
Okay.
Not sure I knew Mary Kay was here. That makes me feel terrible.
Okay, we're ready, Andrea. What is on your bucket list? That's her question.
Hmm. Um, I don't really have a bucket list. One of the few people who I think it would just make me feel more like I wasn't doing stuff if I had a bucket list that I wasn't sure I could accomplish.
Oh, I see. Um, well, okay. Um,
I don't know. I mean, there are things I would like to do. I would
mm-hmm.
like to travel. I would like to see every state in the United States. There are lots of countries I would like to go to. Do I feel like they're really going to happen? Some of them, no. Um, so is a bucket list things you really intend to do, or is it just wishes? I guess that's where my problem comes in.
Okay. Well, I kind of have a wish list. So yeah, I get I understand the point of what you're saying to Lisa. Like, okay, um, I hope to see the Grand Canyon. Okay, that's one of the things sort of on my list of things I want to do. And I don't know if it's a bucket list or a list of things I'd like to do.
Yeah,
Of course, I would like to see every national park in this country, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I will get to do that. Um, but as and I know that Jeffrey would like to go to Ireland, and maybe not anytime soon can we do that because we can't leave the country with Jeff's dad and my mom. We just
exactly.
can't. So, well, I guess guess we could. I have two sisters I could call and say, okay, it's your turn. But it would be hard for them, and that's not something I'm likely going to do.
Yeah.
Dana wants to be a backward snowbird. Oh, I thought, yeah, okay. Someday Jeff and I'd like to live in the mountains instead of here. This is not where. Um, yeah, Barbara, that's kind of on the agenda. Is William, Arizona? Uh-huh. Yep, that's. I just got a
I would
limousine.
like to go on an Alaskan cruise.
Actually, we would like to do that too. We want to cruise the Inland Passage. The Inland Passage is part of Alaska we didn't see at all when we went to Alaska. So, oh, that's kind of cute.
It is very cute.
Mine is more even than yours is more feather-like. Mine is more.
Well, mine was evener at the beginning. Well, it was a little crookedy,
Yes.
but I made it even more that way by coming back this direction from the end.
And I kind of like that. I think it's cool. Kathy says she crossed something off her bucket list today. She carved a stamp.
Yay.
Yeah. And there are things I would, like to do. But so far, no one has said anything like jump out of an airplane.
No. Have no desire to do that.
Well, I did all of that kind of stuff a long time ago. I've never jumped out of an airplane, but I have jumped out of a helicopter. So.
Well, that counts as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I didn't have on a parachute. I had on a rope. So there's a totally different dynamic there. But
yeah, I'm completely confused by how you would do that. I have to look that
up. We rappelled out of helicopters. Have you ever seen the Army rappel out of a helicopter?
Yes, I have. Okay. That makes more sense now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I've stepped off the side of a building, off the side of a cliff. I've climbed back up a cliff. Now, there are things I don't want ever to do, and that's to ride in an ambulance or, some of those other things. But
yeah. Well, I've ridden in an ambulance, but I was there with my son. We went to visit my sister when he had just turned 7. And it was 4th of July weekend, and the kids were outside playing, and they were running, and the grass was wet, and he slipped and fell, and they had these landscaping pavers.
Oh, boy.
And he came right down on his elbow and crushed it on one of those pavers. That was horrible. And we were in Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh boy, such fun.
And we went to the posed for an emergency room there. And then we had to, they kind of put him in a splint and took x-rays and said he's going to need surgery, and there's nobody here who can do this. This is way too complicated a surgery. And so we went to Wichita and spent a few days at the hospital in Wichita and had the surgery where they put the all of the rods and stuff in. And he had a great surgeon there. There were a lot of people that didn't want to touch it because our insurance didn't want to cover them being out of state, and nobody wanted. There wasn't a doctor in Amarillo who would do his
Mhm.
recovery
Yeah.
because of
Uh-huh.
that.
Yep.
And so it was she, until but she worked hard till she found somebody who would. Otherwise, we would have had to stay there for like a month and a half
Oh boy.
so
Oh,
that he
that.
could, you know, go through the whole process there. So, anyway, praise the Lord, we got through that.
Um, I have not done a zip line, no. And Teresa asked if I bungee jumped, and no, I've never bungee jumped. I have no desire to spring around. Um,
Me
that,
either. A
that's
zip
just like,
line, maybe. Bungee
yeah,
jump,
yeah,
no.
yeah, a zip line, yeah. I might try that, but and one once upon a time I wanted to swim with dolphins, ride a jet ski, go to Disney World, swim where there was a waterfall. Um, I don't swim well enough to swim with anything, but I would like, and we're close enough, and we will probably do it sometime. I would like to go where the manatees are, and I would like to see the manatees. And that's one of the things that's, when things open back up, that's it's one of the things that's been on our radar. It's not really a bucket list. It's kind of on our wish list of places to travel. Um, Dana, where's there waterfalls here in Florida? I'm guess I'm not familiar of where there might be waterfalls. Rainbow River is awesome to see the manatees. Yeah. Um, she missed. Okay. However, if she came to Florida, she could go up into Alabama and Georgia, and there's lots of waterfalls up there. So that's something she could do. But to cruise the inland passage in Alaska, we would like to do that.
Oh. I would like to, just drive up to Alaska through Canada, but I can't
Hmm.
see us actually doing that. I could see us going on a cruise because you don't have to drive as far.
Yeah. We've already driven the Alaskan Highway and back down the Cassiar Highway in British Columbia. Brandon was 4 when we did that. Um,
As far
we,
north as I've been is Oregon.
we've been to the top of the world, is what they call it, the top of the world highway in Alaska. We drove up and over it. It was very interesting. We camped on the tundra, which was fabulous.
That
If you
sounds like
physically
it.
can, you can. That's right. I would like to see do the inland passage in Canada and Alaska on ferries. Yes. Oh, Linda, that's cool. We've been to Disney, but Brandon was little. We mostly did the, what do you call those things? Oh, the rides and the kids stuff. Okay, I haven't decided about that one, but that one's kind of cool.
Just a second.
That's fine.
I didn't want to stop in the middle of that line.
No, if you stop in the middle of the line, it's a problem.
Oh, I like it. Yes, very cute. Very delicate.
Yeah, I slipped with the thing, and I got this dent, but I just went ahead and went with it, and I kind of like how it came out.
Yeah, I do too.
It's kind of like it's an asymmetrical, right? Asymmetrical leaf.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so now I've got 4 more sides I can work on because, Lisa taught me that I can do that, right? Mm-hmm,
That's right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it's open, Andrea. Everything down here is open. I wouldn't come, but that's okay.
But it's there.
Yeah. Our restaurants are all open. But
our restaurants are open, but they're at 50% capacity.
Yeah, I don't know what ours are, but that nobody's paying attention.
All of our well, ours are paying attention, but our all the fast food places are just drive-through.
Well, and it's really funny. We went to get chicken the other night because we would go over to Mom's. We try to pick something up that's not too difficult. And we went to get chicken, and that's just a drive-through. But oh shoot! Oh well, it's all right. But I think Whataburger and several of the others you could, and I know Taco Bell you can go in and eat. So it's like, okay.
Well, I rarely would go in and eat at a fast food place anyway.
Yeah, but well, we usually pick up a sandwich or something like that. If we go over to Mom's, we try to pick up something decent, but it's.
Oh, I like that one.
Oh, I like that a lot. That's one you'll use.
Yeah, I think so. This one maybe not quite as much, but I like it.
Yeah. It's funny what you'll use in different ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this one would be a good one to do.
Like a flower.
Well, I was thinking like a border.
Oh, Holly. Oh.
Me either, Holly. I don't even want to try to get in one.
Well, that's one of the things about going to see the manatees. If you're going to swim with them, that water's cold. So
yeah,
we have friends who've they've taken their granddaughters and they've been several times. Okay.
Thinking about this word because they're the same shape, basically.
Oh, that's cool. Yep.
I'm liking it. Can you believe it's already after 4 o'clock?
Oh my goodness. Dana said she would look like a busted out can of biscuits. Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh, yeah, me too. A sausage, something.
Oh, I oh, that's too funny. Uh yeah, it's too bad they don't have a wetsuit app where you could put your head on top of a wetsuit. Why? We can all pick ourselves in wetsuits. Oh dear.
They
Oh dear.
probably do have one somewhere.
Yes, probably. Okay. Oh,
Okay, let's see.
Dana says
Uh,
the Michelin Man. Yeah, that's kind of what I would look like, Dana, the Michelin Man. Uh-huh. Okay, so this one is now into the shape of a leaf. I just have to, um, I think we're just going to carve it very much like we did the last two so that I have different leaves. Okay, so if I go up like this,
okay, that's not going to work.
that one's going to be fat now. That's okay. All right.
Okay, I think I'm going to try to do a little Christmas tree, kind of like the one that Barbara did.
Oh,
I didn't,
yeah.
I didn't get this one. I think quite wide enough.
Oh, Kathy's going to do her tree stamp in her December daily for her page. Oh, yes, I like that tree. That's cute. That will be very cute. I liked the tree Barbara did. I told her I was going to steal that design and I didn't think to do it.
Well, I think I just may have messed this up. So I'm going to try one that's um, cut out instead of, and that's not going to work. It's way too um, wide apart, I think. I don't think it's going to work. I thought it would be okay to have it in a box, but it looks like this.
Oh, yeah.
Not
No.
sure what that is, but it's not a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It
Uh-huh.
looks like a wormhole.
Okay, but you know what? You've got the top and the bottom coming out of the eraser at the same place. So what would happen if you turned it upside down and printed it and made a line of it? So just turn,
Let's
do
see.
it one way and then turn it the other way and then Joan says scribbles are good. And I like that scribble a lot. That's cool.
Oops. Well, the bottom one's not coming out in the center. The top one's in the center. So when you put the top one together with itself,
It works, but
it works, but the bottom one doesn't. It's interesting though.
yeah. And it kind of looks like a little bow tie for just the two sections.
Yeah.
And Joan says scribbles are good, which I like that too. Okay, Kathy, bye bye. And Barbara says you could alter it to get that end point to come together.
Let's see.
Okay, so this is kind of cool so far. Okay.
Well, that didn't come out quite as nicely as I thought it would. There we go.
Okay, now that's kind of cool. I'm liking this. It's like little leaves, but they're all different.
Yeah, I like them too.
I'm I'm need to make the backside, this backside with fewer little pieces that come up. These are tiny ones. These have not as many little cuts. So
I don't think this is going to work.
Ricky says it looks like half a wormhole.
Half of a wormhole. Well, that's, yeah, I shouldn't have tried to fix that.
The thickness at the bottom.
Yeah, I was trying to make it come together, and it
I
will.
think it does look good. It looks good now. It looks like it belongs together now. Leaves, feathers, viney things. Yeah, that's what they are. Leaves, feathers, viney things. Now let's see if I can get this
Oh, look.
side. Oh, now that's cool. However, it'll fall apart no matter what you try to do with it.
Yeah, so I'm going to just throw it away and not worry about it.
Okay, that's a good plan. Okay,
Thank you, Ray Ray.
that looks good there.
Okay.
All right, that's good. Okay.
I'm going to try this on the back side, and then I can still do the front side if if it doesn't work.
There you go. That's the idea behind the plan. To see the northern lights. I've seen they are seasonal, but a friend had to explain that. Like lightning, they aren't always visible. And recently apparently they were quite a lot of people were seeing them. I saw them once. It was not a good night. I was little,
Okay, that's not good.
and my mom ended up in the hospital that night. So
Oh, that is not a good night.
yeah, she lost a baby between my sister and my other sister.
So, are you the oldest?
Yeah. Hmm.
I didn't know that. I'm the oldest also.
Ah, well, and mom's RH negative, and I'm RH negative, and my sister's RH positive. And back, they didn't know as much as they know about that now. And
Yeah, that's true.
now they knew enough at the time after they lost the baby that when she got pregnant again, they knew to take care of that little problem. And I have another sister, so I have
Yeah.
two sisters. Um, one is in Alaska and one is in New York. So
Where in Alaska?
she is now near Anchorage. She's lived off and on in different places in Alaska,
Uh-huh.
and she used to live in Homer, um, but she's had several husbands, so she's moved kind of all over the state. Um, she went up there because the guy she married from high school, who went to high school with me, um, was in the Coast Guard.
Okay.
So don't toss it. I love it as a Christmas tree. That's what Linda says. I can't imagine her tossing it. Okay. I have 4 leaves now. Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Now I have to
Very
do the little
cute.
ends to have a leaf stamp like Lisa's. Um, Andrea, I was in Michigan when I saw them, but that was a long time ago. I grew up in Michigan. Okay, so now I have the ends, and we kind of have to leave the ends the way they are.
No matter what I do, I cannot get those straight. I should just give up trying to make things straight.
Well, that stuff is thick.
It is, but it cuts. I mean, it cuts like butter, but it also easily gets pushed. So,
Uh-huh.
anyway.
We'll see what that one looks like. That was my finger. I tried to pull a Barbara.
Are you okay?
Yep. I didn't. I caught it. I just it's so covered with callus right there that it didn't cut. So thank heavens I have to roll mandrels on that finger.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. Oh, mine has got a little burr on the side of it too. Looks like a little piece of cabbage.
No.
Looks kind of like a cabbage leaf. Yep.
I kept mine. You have to keep yours.
Yeah. Well, I have to keep them because that's where the points are on the other things.
Yeah.
So I can't really make them go away. But I kind of like it. It's kind of cute. I wonder if I could get that in there to make a. Oh, John's going to go. No inking in blood. That's right, Teresa. Okay, let's see here. Can't say that I really like that. Let's try again.
Oh, I think it's cute. Okay, not excited about that.
That looks like a plant, that's for sure.
Yep. Okay.
Well, it's something when you get six stamps on one eraser, and I'll bet you I use this a lot.
Yeah, I think I'll use mine a lot too. I think I'm going to try to always have a few of them just sitting right here
Mm-hmm.
and trade them out, maybe. Every once in a while, pull out some different ones
Yeah. Yeah. And so,
so that I will hopefully use them better. I was trying to think of what does a palm tree trunk look like.
oh, that's got ink all over it. That's not going to work. The ink went right through. Kind of. Here's the thing about palm trees. They lose their leaves, and that creates this line on the trunk. So first off, they're kind of, well, not, let's start again. They don't curve a lot, but when they grow, wherever the leaves from up here come off,
Yeah.
it leaves this line. So they have a lot of lines in them. You might have to look it up. Let me see if I can look one up on the phone for you.
Oh, it's okay. It's not that important. I was
Well,
just trying to figure out if I could come up with one on the back side of this stamp that I don't like.
okay, palm trunk, tree, trunk. Okay. See, that's
So
what
it
the
looked like a pineapple, which is
yeah,
kind of what I had in my head.
yeah, it kind of looks like a pineapple, but this
But
this is more real
yeah,
because see, that's where each of the little lines. But see, it has that. It, but like you said, it looks like a pineapple. It honestly does.
won't be easy for me to figure out how to draw though, so I'm not gonna worry about
Yeah. Okay.
it.
Actually, it's kind of like a straight piece or a slightly curved piece with ovally things in it like that. Oops, that one didn't. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy draw.
Yeah,
It's going to
I
take a
think
while.
I'm just gonna not.
I'm not going to do that. Uh-huh. Well, and they're often fuzzy like this one is. See how it's fuzzy? Because that's the way the
Yeah.
leaves come off. They haven't come off good. Oh, these trees are smooth. See how smooth they're very smooth.
So there are different versions.
Yeah. I just know the ones that grow here, I guess.
Yeah.
Of course, they don't belong here. That's the thing. Okay, night everyone. Night. Oh, Susan Gerald is here. Hi. Um
Hi, Susan.
and Andrea's leaving. So bye bye Andrea.
Bye bye, Andrea. Thanks for coming.
Roaches like the palm fronds. I agree, Dana. They do. Yuck.
Well, we don't want to encourage that.
No. Well, they like any kind of mulch or that kind of stuff.
Yes, that's true.
Um, it was so funny. I went to get some plants last Saturday from there's a gal over in East Hill. She runs a business out of her home, and she does organic plants, and she does, what do you want to call it? Oh, there's a name for it, but where basically her entire yard is food. Okay. Um, so all the plants in her yard are edible in some way, shape, or form. And garlic's hard to grow here, so you have to have the right kind. So I went to get some garlic plants from her because I knew she would have the right kind. And I asked her husband right before we left, I said, so what do you guys use for mulch? And he said, well, wood chips. And I said, well, that's not happening. And he said, what do you mean? I said, we had wood chips everywhere, and Jeffrey had to dig them out by hand and take them to the dump because they were full of termites. Little house stamps. Yes, Lisa. Lisa actually has made little house stamps. Are they where
Yeah,
you can lay your hands on them, Lisa?
yeah. Let me find them.
Um, and he says, what? He says, you're the only person I've ever heard say that wood chips had you had trouble with termites. And our friends that live out by the river were here yesterday. They stopped by, and we were outside because they didn't come in the house. And they'd been out, so they didn't want to bring any germs in. And so we're outside chatting, and something was said, and I said, yeah, I needed to get some mulch. And he said, well, whatever you do, do not get the mulch that ECUA has got, because everybody's having trouble with termites in it. And I'm like, yep. See, it's not just us that had trouble with termites. And I think what happened is right now the ECUA mulch is so much of the tree damage from Sally, and it hasn't been composted. Oh, see, those are so cute. I want to do some of those too.
I think that's all I have. Here's some books, stacked books. I like that one. Oh, there's another house. That's all I see.
I don't really have flower beds. I have raised garden beds. What was a flower bed right outside my windows here in the studio is Jeff had to take the landscape timbers out, and
Let me
so
stamp these off.
Yeah, because
oh, here's my tree. Somebody made a tree for their first stamp. That was my first one.
That was your first ever stamp, huh?
Yep.
Well, that was a large tree.
It took me a long time, and I almost quit carving because
I wonder, yeah.
Okay, let me stamp these off. I think you can see them better stamped off than you can. Let's make a little town.
Boy, that really looks like a football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love your little town. It's fabulous. I wonder if I want to change this so that it doesn't look quite so much like a football.
One more.
No, I don't like that.
Okay, that's what they look like.
They're adorable.
So, and I haven't carved it, but I made a lamppost and a tree so I could put between them.
Oh, that's cute.
But
I need to make some little houses. Yep.
I guess
clean.
Maybe I need to carve that. You got me thinking about it now.
Well, and I'm just thinking about what I got left in the way of stamps to make houses with, or what you call it, to make houses with. So maybe I've got a few of those. Because I have houses in my book. Where did my book go? Huh. Lisa, your homes are beautiful.
Thank you.
And it's 4:30 already.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Journey. Thank you all. Thank you, Lisa. Barbara, thank you. See, that's one of those things. I love them. I had so much fun making them,
But you don't use them.
but I don't get them out and use them.
Well, see, and that's the thing. I'm wondering if I
And
should
it's
use.
because they're up in that drawer and they're just not, that easy to get to. So I just don't bother. Same reason I don't use a lot of my other stamps.
Hmm.
One reason I didn't carve this one, go ahead and carve this one last year is because it's so small.
Teresa, a lot of these erasers are polymer, which are not the same as old erasers that get hard and crumbly. Um, they're not near as crumbly as they used to be. But mine are all fine from the last year or so, and I imagine somewhere along, um, I imagine somewhere along the line they will. If you draw or press into a styrofoam plate the same exact house, would it be like a negative? Yeah,
Yes.
probably. Yeah, because see, it depends on how you carve, whether
See,
you get
I've got
a
this
positive.
one,
Yeah,
which would be like pressing it into the styrofoam, and then this one, um, it would be like pressing all of the things you don't want into the negative into the styrofoam.
right. And see, these houses um are similar in that it depends on what you carve out. That's what I'm thinking, Teresa. I might make a postcard stamp. I'm thinking about doing that right now. I was just trying to decide what I wanted to carve, and I'm thinking maybe I'll do a postcard. I'm thinking that just. It's going to be the opposite. It's going to be cut out though, because there's no way I'm going to try to cut around those. I don't think.
Well, if you make it look like it's in a label of some kind.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hello, Melissa. I'm sorry you're bored.
I'm sorry you are too. I didn't realize you were even here.
I didn't think she was until just now. I'm not sure. Oh well, that didn't transfer very well. Didn't rub on it very well.
I can tell you what I tell my kids. If you're bored, go clean the baseboards.
Go clean baseboard. Yeah.
My kids have. Oh, I think Ethan's been bored once.
He
Hannah's
might
never
have
been
been
bored.
bored at other times, Lisa. He just didn't tell you he was bored.
That's possible. But they've actually both been really good at being able to find things to do when they're bored. They don't come and ask me, what to do.
Yeah.
And that was because I had too many friends whose kids kept doing that every time I was over there visiting. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, I'm not going to put up with that.
There you go. Hi,
Oh,
Joy.
so,
Oh, she
so I
has
was
been
mean.
listening, but hasn't been commenting.
Well, we're glad you're here.
That's right, Susan. Hand you some cleaning supplies. If you say I'm bored, there's always something else to be done. Yep.
But I bet Melissa can think of more fun things to do than that.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Let us let's see if we can get this to stamp off. Well, it's definitely not the best tree and light post I ever did. Hmm.
Oh, but it's cute. Now you
Trying to
need
see.
a little short bush, but will your little end of your leaf stamp make a bush in between your houses? Is it small enough?
It might. Hmm. Hmm. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and take that off since I don't need it over here either, and it's just getting in the way.
What is a postcard stamp? Candy, I actually have a postcard stamp. Let's see if this isn't it. Yeah, this is it. This is a stamp I use a lot. It just says postcard for when you're sending out an actual postcard. It goes on the postcard between the writing area and the address. And this one just says postcard, but it's fancy. Oh, I love that row of houses. And hi, Barbara Moore. I don't know
Hi,
if all the
Barbara.
Barbers are still here. Or a pickup truck. Oh,
A pickup
cars. You
truck.
need cars or a pickup truck. There you go. And I send a lot of postcards because they're less expensive to send. Plus, um, well, I should go get it. It's laying in the living room. not done yet. I need this. It's okay, right?
I just didn't know if you had something to say.
Oh, okay. Um, last year when we actually got to take our trip in the fall, which is the only big trip we've gotten to take in our motorhome. Every day I made a for most part, I made them all. I made postcards and sent them to my mom, and she saved them all for me so that I could put them into this little book. These I also collect these wherever we go that they have these things, these little press pennies. Got this in Gatlinburg. Anyways, I made these postcards. I made this cover after we got back. It wasn't shipped, but
Let me
all
make
of
you big.
these.
Let
Okay.
me make you big so we can see it better.
Okay.
There we go.
All of these, I tried to send her one every day. Now they didn't show up at her house every day. She said she'd get 2 or 3, and then, but if I put one in the box on Saturday, it might not go out till Monday. So I used that postcard stamp here in the middle, in between. But one of the things I found was that when I went looking for postcards, I had read about doing this somewhere online about sending postcards. But when I went to buy postcards, they didn't have postcards of the actual places where we were. This one was on the interstate, but I added, stuff to it. It was an advertisement that I picked up. So what I started doing was, okay, this is the campground flyer that we got that day, and these were little things from their campground, or this was an actual postcard that we got. Actually, I think I had to back it because it had stuff on it, but these are real leaves that I Mod Podged onto the postcard. And they're still real pretty, which is fun. We were in the museum and the kids had these little texture plates and we made little things. That's when Jeff went to Santa Claus school. So each day I would take like a flyer from where we were and make a postcard. That actually might have been a postcard or a card of some sort that was from the school. This is half a dozen different flyers that I cut out and put together, collaged together. And did that there. And so this is a bought postcard. But see, a lot of times I couldn't buy postcards that were really relevant to what we were doing. Okay, this is the night we spent on the Ohio Turnpike in the truck part, all closed up. Jeff slept on the couch. I slept in the bed. We played dominoes. So this is the Turnpike. This is that, and this is our little domino score sheet. So just stuff like that. And so this is when we went to the elk preserve. This is the day we got stuck and couldn't get through the town, so I had to draw a drawing because I couldn't get anything that expressed that at all. We went 3 different directions trying to get through this one little town on the border between Pennsylvania and New York, and there was low clearance every single place. We could not get the motorhome through. It was a very stressful few hours. It was very, very stressful. So, and I used that postcard stamp every time. This was a one we actually got at the diner. This is another one we got at the diner. That's just a picture from a brochure. So, this was actually it had something different here in the middle, writing that was not pertinent, but it was so cute. And Rhinebeck is known for its Sheep and Wool Festival, and that's where we were that day. So sometimes I used a map. So I do a lot of postcards. So having my own postcard stamp would be fun. That one stuck, I guess. There we go. Anyways, that's what I use it for. That's actually got silk flowers on top of it. That's a napkin. We went to a banquet, so there was this lobster napkin and then silk flower lace. That is out of a pizza box. I actually asked for another piece of paper that was clean, but it's the deli paper from the pizza box. So, thanks, Candy. Thanks, Susan. Um, this is a store-bought one. I mean, if I picked up one, this is actually a store-bought one from the campground we were in. If I picked up one that was store-bought, that's when we were in Gatlinburg and went to Cades Cove. So, if I could, then I used those. But for the most part, I found that I was having trouble buying them. So I just started making my own, which I had a lot of fun. I sat down every night, made one. Next morning, wrote to my mom on it. This is one I actually had in the camper that first day. But I would sit down and I'd make it at night, and then in the morning it'd be all nice and dry, and I'd get up and I'd write to my mom and post it. So, and I will do that again on our next trip because it was a lot of fun to do. And then like we have this really fun little book of our trip. So anyways, okay, make me little again.
Okay. I used those little leaves for bushes.
Make it so big so that we can see it. That is so cute.
A little city with a lot of bushes in between the houses. These people like their privacy.
That's a lot of bushes, Lisa. Yep.
And then these are the two that I carved in this when I was just playing around. I didn't invest a lot of time or energy into them because I don't know how they'll even last. But
yeah, that's that stuff you said is kind of crunchy.
Yeah, it's kind of crumbly already. So. So here we are.
Yeah, it's about time to go. Do you want to do, since you're big, do you want to, oh, I was going to say, since you're big, do you want to go ahead and do a show and tell of what you did today?
Well, I can do that real quick here because it's,
okay.
And I've got, so here are these two.
Yeah, oh, you put that on the back side. See, I use these thinner erasers, and I don't think that I want to try to put anything on the back side of this one.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But these work really well on both sides.
Yeah.
And then this is this.
Oh, I like that little guy.
And then here's my little dragonfly.
I think he came out really cute.
And here's the little circle, bubbles, circle things.
Mm-hmm.
The hearts, they're upside down, but anyway. And then this is just doodling on this.
You might find you use those a lot.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. And then I did this one.
Bye, Teresa.
To go with the houses. So that's what I did.
It has a little road, don't you?
Oh, I do. I forgot. I've got these leaves. Yeah, I could put that little road in front of my houses, couldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got this leaf, and this one, and this one, and this feather on the big sides of this, and then I've got these two little leaves on the ends. Oh, and here's the other one right there. Okay, your turn.
My turn. Okay, I'm coming. Well, I don't remember which one I did first, but well, I was working on this tree I worked on the tree and finished up the tree. I started it last Thursday. Um, and I like it. It's a little wonky, but I really like it. It will go with the other trees I have real well.
Yeah,
Um,
it's cute.
I was working on the birds and I just put them away because, they just kind of don't excite me. Um, and then I did this one, which is a leaf or a flower, or these petals work really well and they're a simple shape and you can do a lot with them. So I use them a lot. Then I did this one, which doesn't show real well on the eraser, but I really like how it came out. It's another petal shape, so it could be turned into a flower. I did my little bug, which is right
Which
there.
is very cute.
Little very cute. Um, then I think I did all my 6 feathers or leaves or whatever you want, because I really liked how Lisa had done that all on one eraser, because I think it'll get used a lot. I think that will be something that is also very useful. And then I just did this one, but I think it needs a little cleaning up. This is just my postcard stamp, and I think it's going to need a little bit of cleaning up.
I like that you did the light in the dark, though,
Yeah,
because most
it's a
of them
little,
are not like that, and so that makes it unique.
yeah, it's a little bit different. Um, and like I said, I've got some things where, like on this D, I didn't get it cleaned out real well, but I wasn't, I just started it, so I'll finish that one up Tuesday. So yeah, the 6-way leaves or flowers are really cool. I like them. And Linda really likes your little Christmas tree, so
Oh, well, thank you, Linda.
um, anyways, it's 10 minutes to 5. It's probably time to get off of here.
Yep, I agree. And I'm the one
Something
that has to
fun.
do
You're the one that's what?
I'm the one who has to do it. I was gonna wait on you, but it's Thursday, so it's me.
Well, thanks, guys. We're really glad you were here. Don't forget, I'll see you Sunday. Lisa will see you Monday. And we'll be back on my channel Tuesday and here next Thursday. That's
Yes,
it's
we
like
are.
it's getting to be a long list.
It is. Every other day we're somewhere.
Yes,
Well,
that's right.
it's even
Yeah,
a little
that's
more
how it
than
works.
that. But anyway,
Anyways, love y'all.
I
Bye.
love you all. Bye bye.